already read a little bit about me. So I thought they were going to only ask me questions, but the first thing the guy said to me was like, tell me a little bit more about yourself. And I was like, oh God, like I didn't prep. Like I was like, I thought you already knew. But on the spot, I came up with my story and like what I love. And, I was able to connect with the person I was talking to. A lot of the times people want to know like you're human, you're someone they can work with. Like again, know your strengths. They'll ask you ethical questions. They'll ask you questions about like future in medicine. So I think there's some good points for everyone to kind of like prep beforehand. But at the end of the day, like they're gonna kind of ask you why you chose this to begin with. So just have a good understanding of what you're passionate about. Be personable. Don't memorize answers. It kind of just like looks weird when it's rehearsed, but have a good idea. Like I remember a question was asked for me, like, talk about a time that you had to make an ethical choice. And during my work, I had basically a kid who didn't want to be vaccinated, and his mom was like doing a lot of stuff, and that was an ethical choice for us. We said, hey, like, we're not going to vaccinate you today. And when I like kind of brought like my actual work into my interview and tied it into ethics, um, my interviewer was like, wow, like you're actually someone who's experienced, who knows what they're talking about. So you want to kind of be always ready to tie in some of your own personal experience to the things you're answering. And yeah, like just have some things prepped, be yourself, and know how to sell yourself. So those are like kind of my two things to say.
Yeah, awesome. And then what specialty are you wanting to go into?
Yeah, so very all over the place with this. And I know a lot of people like go into medicine kind of knowing what they want to do. I was thinking initially I was going to do emergency medicine, kind of like OBGYN, and now a little bit PM&R. I think what's good about not knowing is during your rotations, you're going to experience most of the specialties and some electives that you get to pick and you can find your home. But I do recommend anyone to kind of research into a little bit. There's like good personality tests to take on SDN and like the AMC. I kind of gauged it that way. Like I was like, I was so hyper focused on figuring out like what I wanted to do last year as my first year. And then I talked to a lot of doctors and they're like, listen, once you do your rotations, you'll figure out where's home and you can go from there. But that doesn't stop me from being a well-rounded like applicant. Research is really important, and I don't know how much they tell undergrads, but when you start medical school, like you want to do a lot of research. If you have prior research, is really helpful because you can use those for your applications. And number one thing to be successful are your board scores. So those are some of the things I'm trying to check off so I have an opportunity to like apply into anything I want in the future.
Makes sense. Awesome. Um, and then what does a typical day look like for you in medical school?
Yeah, so I'm I'm one of the more chiller, I would say, med students, but first year was difficult for me because I had to adjust to the lifestyle of being a student. I think med school is a little bit isolating because you're in a time of your life where you dedicate everything to doing well on your exams. You don't want to fail anything in med school. It looks awful on your transcript. I mean, if it happens, it happens, but your goal should be like, I need to pass all my classes. And for me, that was like a lot of long hours just sitting and studying and ordering food and not being healthy. So it was hard. It was hard balancing with my friends as well. Like I couldn't FaceTime my friends every day. I couldn't go out on the weekends. So it would take a lot of adjusting, but right now as a second year, I wake up in the morning, I go to my workout class, I come home, I watch my lectures, I make my lunch, I try to meal prep, and then I study till like, yeah, I would say from 8 a.m. to like 9 or 10. But I mean, I do take breaks. Like I watch my reality TV show and I study, but yeah. And then we do have off weekends where I just like hang out with like my friends and go out and stuff. But majority of the time is gym, food, study.
Repeat.
Exactly.
Um, and is so it kind of going off of the last question,
Yeah.
is medical school harder than you expected it to be?
Oh, 100%.
Mm,
Um, I would say not harder than like the material. It's just a lot of information. I went through 6 weeks. My first 6 weeks of medical school covered 4 years of college, like all the science and biochemistry. Very, very fast paced, and you kind of feel like you're drowning. Um, Nothing can prepare you for medical school. I will tell you this. Like I don't know what people do before they start. Like I was out having fun. I like literally went to South Florida, Miami. I was just like before medical school, I had a great time. Um yeah, there is a lot of material that you're gonna learn. The volume is hard, but you will always get used to it. Like I know first years that I'm mentoring right now, the first week I met them, they were freaking out, but now they're chill. Like they're used to it and you'll get used to it.
yeah, yeah. Just a new adjustment, I guess.
Yeah, material's not harder, it's just the amount that you're learning. It's a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and then last question. What's one piece of advice that you would give to pre-meds?
Ooh, this is a good one. Okay. I wish like someone told me this, but please, 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 do your research before committing, sorry, committing to, oh, sorry, I'm in a meeting. Thank you. Um, do your research before applying to medical school and know it's a long marathon. So I say this because a lot of the time people choose this path and kind of like have a mental breakdown or like, why did I choose this? So just know it's a lot of commitment and a lot of sacrifice. You're going to be different than anyone in your life for the 4 years that you're here, and in residency. So commit to that. Know that you're going to sacrifice a lot. And it's also always okay to change your path if you want different things in life. Don't feel like you're stuck. Don't feel less if you decide to pursue something else. Like maybe you wake up and you're like, I want to be a business girly. I don't want to have to go through the painfulness of residency, having like to work 80 hours a week on minimum wage. Like there's a lot of things that come with this that's not necessarily medicine itself. There is a lot of politics involved in medicine. It's hard as a student to think about that, but life is not very glamorous for us. It might look like that on TikTok, but it is a hard thing to do. Like, I remember being like, why did I choose this? But then I'm like, wait, I remember because I physically can't do anything else. But just talk to yourself beforehand. And another thing is social media tries to put people down based on what they decide. I know that some of my friends who decided to go to like DO schools, people are commenting, oh, like your MCAT score wasn't good enough. And it's honestly not that. Some people choose a different path. It's okay for you to choose a different path. You're going to be an amazing doctor at the end of the day. In the medical field, people respect each other. Whatever your MD or a DO, it doesn't matter. A lot of residencies that I've met have DO directors, and they're like, I talk to the residents and they're like, oh my God, yeah, like I don't understand what people are talking about. So it's very surface level. If you decide to choose a different path, know that that's okay and you're doing it for you. You're going to be successful if you put your mind into it, and that's all you need. And last thing I would add, don't be afraid to like apply. Like I know some people are like, I'm not gonna apply because my MCAT is 5'10" and I should have like a 5'11" or 5'12". Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. You never know who's gonna take a chance on you. And for those of you who have perfect scores on everything and don't get in, which happened to a lot of my friends, it's a luck of a draw. They'll tell you that. Like some people get a chance and some don't. So just believe in yourself and know that you'll do okay. And once you get into med school, it's the beginning of the long road. I would have to say so. Of
Oh, well, awesome. That's such great advice. Thank you so much.
course. I hope that was helpful. Sorry, I like choked and was dying for
No,
a
no, you're totally
bit.
fine. I'll stop recording now.